And welcome back to the Hot Lap. We are talking rally and Hyundai potentially testing their 2025 car, at least a hybrid 2025 car, in the hands of world champion-elect. He does have one hand on the title and a couple extra fingers, Terry Neuville. So Motorsport.com are basically saying Hyundai's 2025 WRC car is going to feature what they classed as reasonable change, as testing seems to wrap up. And Neuville uses the national rally to test what is going to be 2025 upgrades ahead of the Japan season finale. Yeah, season finale, no champion crown yet. Likely though, to be fair, to be Mr. Neuville, let's be honest. But Hyundai's revised 2025 World Championship car is going to feature what has been described as some reasonable change. The Korean manufacturer is planned to homologate a practically all-new version of what is its i20N rally for next year, before essentially the plans were abandoned amid uncertainty over the 2025 regulations. Now, that uncertainty was, if you remember, they wanted people like David Richards to have a say in what's going to happen for 2025 and the possibility of hybrids going in 2025. And the teams kind of said no, but there's still uncertainty. There's still a lot of uncertainty in regards to rally, full stop. Now, following the FIA's U-turn on the 2025 technical regulations, after a pushback from the teams, Hyundai has been unable to salvage part of its i20N development plans, courtesy of an agreement to bring forward its 2026 development jokers to use for next year's campaign. This is also one of the big reasons why many people think Hyundai is set to say au revoir, adieu, auf Wiedersehen to rally, simply because they've also been very passionate about their WEC rather than WRC. That's the World Endurance Championship, and entering that. Anyway, moving on from that, about the jokers, it means it has 4 jokers it's going to utilise to complete what they're hoping to be a raft of changes. Hyundai has been testing its revised car in recent months, with that project continuing at last weekend's Rally La Lucia Mediterraneo. I've got that wrong, I'm sure, but that's where the championship leader Neuville was evaluating some of the 2025 updates. He was joined by teammate Andreas Mikkelsen, who was running a 2024 spec i20N, as the pair logged what is classed as valuable asphalt mileage before the Asphalt Japan rally. Now, Hyundai's WRC programmer Christian Loy, let's just call him Christian, shall we? Because I cannot for the life of me pronounce his last name, was tight-lipped on the details of the changes for next year's car, but hinted that there could be some differences. He said, "We don't want to say too much what we're doing for next year." He said it was a preparation for Japan for Mikkelsen and for Terry. "We are looking at some stuff for next year." He said, "We have submitted the homologation papers and it is still in the testing phase. But for next year and 2026, we have 4 jokers. I would say we are looking at some reasonable change, but I can't say more." He said, "We are in the phase of testing and it's quite busy as we need to prove reliability and gain performance." And I think they do. I'd argue that Hyundai this year have been one of the most unreliable cars in the top echelons of rally. And he said, "We know that what we will do will result in a good weight saving gain, but we have to work on the reliability." He said, "We've been testing it in a very hard conditions and it's been reliable so far. Now we're working on the setup and see how it goes." Hyundai once again are going to field full-time entries going into Japan for Neuville and Otanek, the 2 people fighting for that world champion, while its plans for a 3rd car expected to be announced following the Japan season finale. So for 2025, Neuville and Otanek, have been checked, so to speak. The big rumour being Adrian Formeau. He's been heavily tipped for that drive. Hyundai's future in the WRC, as we've already discussed, beyond 2025, is yet to be confirmed, because they maybe want to move to the WEC, the World Endurance Championship. Is this because rally is basically cutting its nose off to spite its face with these recent decisions? Compared to other motorsport, Formula 1 is receiving very much a high. WRC has been really competitive. I mean, just look at Le Mans. That was very exciting this year. Even the touring cars, we had an absolutely amazing season. Yes, that is a national series. MotoGP has been quite fun. Is Rally the loser of the motorsports this year in terms of spectacle? Simply because you've only realistically got 2 teams fighting for the title and a few drivers, and it was so weird that a part-time driver potentially was in the line for winning the championship. Now, I don't want to lambast Rally. I love Rally. I really do. But I feel it has much to improve before it even begins to think realistically about mass market appeal. It really needs to sort itself out. But that's probably for another video entirely. If you made it to the end, please give us a subscribe. You are a WRC champion in our eyes if you did. If you made it to the end and like, subscribe, comment, do any of those things, you are a multiple world champion in our eyes. We will speak to you soon. Thank you very much.